Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shivam Prabhu. Thank you, all the devotees. Your blissful, bright faces are inspiring me on this Saturday evening here. And for some of you, it is early morning. Very, very grateful to you for being part of the ABC community and giving me an opportunity to serve you and to connect with you every fortnight. Ideally, we want to meet. Today, as usual, we will begin with the Japa discussions. And then we'll chant for 15-20 minutes. And then we will have discussions on the questions based on our last time's class. So regarding Japa, today's discussion will be on how to get taste in chanting. So one of the most important needs of devotees is how I can get taste. I'm chanting, it's like a drag, it's boring, it's frustrating sometimes. So how can we enjoy our chanting? How can we feel the bliss of our japa? So at the outset, to answer this question, I want to say that japa, we can't work or we can't depend on, we can't get taste on our own. Taste is not in our hand. Enthusiasm or sincerity is what we can do. Taste is gift that Krishna gives. So if you ever get this question, how can I get taste for chanting? How can I be happy while chanting? How can I enjoy my chanting? Please know the answer is you cannot do it. You cannot do anything for that. Krishna can give you enjoyment. Krishna can give you happiness in chanting. Krishna can give you taste. So that is Krishna's department. Our department is enthusiasm. Our department is where sincerity. Now, okay, you may say, okay, I want to be sincere. Now, how do I become sincere? How do I become enthusiastic? Because in ISKCON, for anything you say, there will always be a how. How? We always have how questions. So how do we become sincere? How do we become enthusiastic? By which we show our sincerity to Krishna, and then Krishna will give taste if he wants. So from our side, we need to work on removing ignorance or avidya, or the simple answer for all questions in ISKCON, or all kind of questions regarding taste and happiness in bhakti. The answer is we need to make our sambandha gyan strong. I will explain this. Sambandha gyan means our knowledge of what is wrong, what is the problem, what is the solution. The knowledge that we hear in ISKCON classes, in the Bhagavatam classes, the knowledge we get from Prabhupada, Lilamrit, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. When we read or we hear scriptural knowledge, that makes our sambandha gyan strong. The knowledge of our relationship with Krishna strong. And that is the ultimate solution for getting taste in holy name, taste in bhakti. Because the problem is avidya, ignorance. Solution is sambandha gyan. Ignorance is the cause of lack of taste. Many of us, one of the mistakes we make is we are desperate for solution in Krishna consciousness. We are desperate how to get taste in chanting. We are desperate how to solve this problem in relationships. We are desperate how to solve problems in workplace. But these solutions are not going to be effective unless we understand the seriousness of our problems first. Many of us are not actually aware of the seriousness of our problem. We think my problem is my office, my home, my relationships, my lack of, I'm feeling sleepy in japa. This is a serious, we think this is a problem. Isn't it? Many of us think this is our problem. This is not our problem. Many of us are not aware the seriousness of our problems that we are in. We are stuck in the cycle of janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi. We are stuck in the cycle of repeated birth and death. And this is a serious problem, very serious problem. And we are not aware of this mess. And therefore, when we ask questions, the questions are not going to, the answers to those questions are not going to help us because we have not asked the real questions, the questions that we are supposed to be asking. Basically, we are in a serious mess. Sorry to disappoint all of you. We have come to this material world according to Bhagavatam. And without deeply realizing this problem, see, Bhagavatam says this is a real problem, serious problem. Without deeply realizing this problem, the solutions that in Hare Krishna movement we hear from different devotees, we read Bhagavatam, the solutions that we hear in the classes, Krishna consciousness won't appear attractive. Only when we are sincere, in the sense, only when we have faith in the process of hearing, and we are like, okay, I want to understand what are the problems of material world. I have an open mind, open heart. I want to invest my consciousness. I want to invest my emotions. And then in that mood, when we hear, that mood or that attitude is the answer to all our questions. Just put yourself completely in Krishna consciousness. Be attentive, not just while chanting. We want a taste for chanting. First, we need to be in general mindful when we are with devotee. Like, for example, when devotee comes to you and says, Prabhu, I'm going through this challenge, and you listen to him. You are mindful, you are present, you are sincere. And as he's talking, you are silently offering a prayer to Krishna for him or her. Basically, you are sensitive, attentive, you are mindful, you are open to Krishna consciousness influencing you. Then we get taste for chanting. This is the answer. So it begins with attraction. We all have some attraction to some aspect of Krishna consciousness. Some of us are attracted to chanting. I know some of you are attracted to kirtans. Some of you are attracted to deity worship. Some of you are attracted to doing seva. So we all have some attraction. But from that attraction, we go to the next step, attention. We actually start paying attention to devotees. We start paying attention to the holy name. We start paying attention in the classes that we are hearing. So attraction plus attention then leads us to the third step where we become absorbed. For example, we made a commitment of chanting 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 16 rounds. So absorption means, okay, there is a distraction or temptation coming my way that can wait. I'm right now absorbed in chanting. I'm focused. So attraction, attention, absorption. So these three leads to attachment. Then we become attached to the process. These are the 4 A's. And when there is attachment, we actually start chanting every day. And then the 5th one, affection or taste will come. See, we all want affection for Krishna. We want affection for Japa, holy name. And we are struggling. Okay, no problem if there is no affection. But at least work on the first 3. Ask yourself what attracts you in Krishna consciousness. Pay attention to devotees and be absorbed. Then you slowly get attached. And that attachment will lead to affection. But unfortunately, this acronym, these 5 A's, all of these solutions remains theory, and it will not work for us because deep within, unfortunately, we are not convinced about the seriousness of the problems which the Bhagavatam reveals. And that is called avidya, ignorance. Ignorance means not knowing the seriousness of our problems. And that addressing that is more important than seeking solutions for improving our chanting. I don't know if I'm confusing you, but this is extremely important. This is the mood in which, I give a simple example. Let's say somebody, God forbid, but somebody has cancer. I hope and pray nobody gets this disease. But just say somebody gets cancer. Now he has some pain in the chest or some issues in the body, and some treatment he's doing, he's relaxing and taking medicine, sometimes not taking. But he doesn't know it is cancer. But suddenly one day they do a test and it is diagnosed that he has cancer. Then what will happen? Once he knows it is cancer, what he will do with the medicines? What will he do with the solution? See, initially, because it was not diagnosed, he was sometimes taking medicines, not sure. He was not properly going through the treatment. But once he realizes it is cancer, he will be totally into the solution. Similarly, we are chanting one day we are checking WhatsApp when we are chanting, we are spaced out, we go to temple, we hear Bhagavatam, we study scriptures, then we don't study. We are basically not serious because we don't know we have birth, death, old age, disease. We are suffering in the cycle of birth and death. We don't know. It's like cancer, deadly. So our approach to the solution is also lackluster because so many times we have heard solutions. But still, we are complacent because we don't know we don't know how serious it is. Okay, some of us know birth, death, old age, and disease. You will say, Prabhuji, I know this. Last 25 years I'm in ISKCON. I know birth, death, old age, disease. I know the shlokas also from the Bhagavad Gita, 8.14, 9.20, 13.2. You will quote left, right, and center. Okay. So this is also not enough. To know that you have cancer is not enough. Somebody may say, I have cancer, and he may be smiling and laughing because he doesn't know. He knows he has cancer, but he doesn't know what is cancer. So we know I'm suffering from birth, death, old age, and disease, but we don't know what is birth, death, old age, and disease. We don't know what the scriptures are telling us. See, we don't know what it is to be entangled, what it means to go to another mother's womb and take birth. We have not internalized what the scriptures are trying to tell us. Therefore, we are suffering from avidya, ignorance. And the solution the scriptures offer is Sambandha Gyan. Come to the classes, come to this ABC community, or go to some other community, or go to your local ISKCON temples, hear, study scriptures, do seva, go, especially seva, hearing holy names, Shravanam, and seva. You know, all three are important. Chanting, hearing, and service. I call it HSC. These three, this is a triangle. So this three is what helps us internalize the Sambandha Gyan, and then avidya gets removed, and then we are able to get taste, and everything will happen because a sense of urgency will come. It's like a person knowing he has cancer and also knowing what is cancer. We generally underestimate the importance of the culture of bhakti. We generally focus more on the quick fix solutions in bhakti. See, there are two aspects to Krishna consciousness. One is the culture of Krishna consciousness, a steady daily practice of Krishna consciousness, which is culture. Getting up in the morning, cooking for your deities, taking care of your family, husband, wife, children, doing the things, going to temple, chanting japa, falling sleepy, getting up, standing and chanting, putting water in your eyes, and then again chanting, and then talking to devotees, removing misunderstandings with devotees, having some communication gap, inviting devotees for prasadam, going to their house. Somebody has died, then you go and console them. Somebody there is disease, you help the other devotees. The whole culture, the whole package of Krishna consciousness is what we are supposed to be taking shelter of. But we generally are more attracted to quick fix solutions. I want solution to improve chanting. I want solution to remove this problem. See, both are important. We need solutions, but the culture is what removes the avidya. That's how it works. See, we have to be in the mood of receive. When I'm part of a culture of bhakti, culture of ISKCON, then scriptures enter my ears, holy names enters my heart. Services purifies me. Therefore, the solution or the taste we get in bhakti is when we hear Bhagavatam, Krishna book, read scriptures, not simply once in a week or once in a while when I feel like. It's part of my culture. It's part of who I am. So therefore, the journal entry today, this week for me, regarding getting taste for Krishna consciousness was that Krishna, I don't want solutions for my problems. I want to know what are my problems. I want to become aware and serious. I want to really understand what are my problems. I want the avidya to go. See, our problem is we think we know what my problems are and I look for solutions. No, Bhagavatam is meant for those who want to know what their problems are. If you want solutions, if you want to know what your problems are, come for ISKCON classes. If you want simply solutions, go to ChatGPT, go to Gemini, go to internet. Google Baba will give you answers to all the questions you ask. You ask ChatGPT, how to get taste in chanting of holy names. ChatGPT will give you some solution. But you ask ChatGPT, what is my problem? ChatGPT will not know. So what is my problem? I don't know. That's why I go to a guru. That's why I go to Bhagavatam. That's why I go to Krishna. I go to sadhus. So when we come to ISKCON or devotee Sangha, we are not supposed to be seeking answers to problems. That is second step. It is actually arrogance to assume that I know what my problems are. Oh, Prabhu, can you give me a solution? This is my problem. Well, a real sadhu, see, we are all nice sadhus. We like to make friends with devotees. But the real sadhu is one who cuts. Prabhupada would cut. He's a real sadhu. Sadhu, guru means heavy. If you go to a sadhu and ask him, this is my problem, can you give me a solution? So a smiling sadhu will give you a solution. But a real sadhu will ask you, okay, this is your problem, but do you know what your real problem is? He'll make us feel that we are stupid or we are arrogant, that we think we know what our problems are. No, our real problem is what the Bhagavatam is revealing, that we are taking birth, we are suffering in this material world. That's why, our knowledge right now is theoretical for many of us. We hear the solutions, then after some weeks, again, we need to hear. So therefore, actual culture of bhakti is to come to Hare Krishna program, invest your mood, your heart, your consciousness, and then you'll get the solutions. Like, for example, I'll tell you a simple example. Now, Donald Trump is meeting Ukrainian president and they are having some fight. Today's news, morning news I saw. So they had a big showdown and the meeting ended badly. Now, this is simply news. Doesn't make any difference to me. If Kenya starts attacking its neighboring country, Nigeria, it makes no difference to me. All these news is no news. It doesn't make any, it's just simply theoretical news for me. But suddenly, if I get the news that Pakistan is attacking our Kashmir, for example, then suddenly it affects me. Why? Because I can connect to that. I know that means I have to keep a stock of food grains. War can happen. It's very closer to me. So when I say I know Bhagavad Gita, it is like for me, Kenya attacking Nigeria or Russia attacking Ukraine. That knowledge of birth, death, old age, disease, Bhagavad Gita is foreign for me. It doesn't make any difference to me. It has not come near to me. But when we have the culture of bhakti, then this knowledge comes near to me. When I hear scriptures like Parishit Maharaj's story, Bali Maharaj, Chitraketu's confusion, how Parvati cursed Chitraketu, and how Vritrasura, he offers his prayers in the last moment. All these things, we somewhere feel it has nothing to do with me because I need practical solutions. I'm suffering in my life. No, this is actually, these pastimes in the Bhagavatam is what we need to hear. We need to make them near to us. Right now, it is very foreign to us. And the culture of bhakti is what makes it near to us. So when we say practical, actually it has nothing to do with getting out of material world. If you see all the practical things that we ask questions for, they are about living in the material world many times. Our practical questions would be questions which are deeper, which will take us out of material world. Therefore, Sambandha Gyan is the solution. And so it's not that, okay, Prabhu, I have this problem. I hear the solution today, tomorrow I apply it, and after tomorrow I solve the problem. It doesn't work like that. Aaj Bharti, kal Chakravarti. It's not like that. You join the army today and tomorrow you become a major general. It doesn't happen like that. It's a culture. How you live, how you eat, how you mate, how you defend, how you serve. Over a period of time, you develop intense seriousness. That's why Srila Prabhupada did not simply give us philosophy, he gave us a whole package, culture. That means to get taste for chanting, we need to associate with devotees, we need to serve them, we need to have loving dealings with them. I send this sometimes to some devotees, I send photographs after I do DT worship. It's part of a culture. It may appear sentimental also. It doesn't make sense. Like just sending birthday wishes, remembering some devotees, offering prayers. These are all part of the culture. This may not immediately answer solutions. It may not give solutions to my problems. But over a period of time, this makes us understand the seriousness of the problem that we are in. Therefore, we need to hear Krishna consciousness, the culture, regardless of who is speaking, what is being spoken. As long as it's in parampara, tradition is there, like just the speaker may speak description of the planetary cosmology. Today's Bhagavatam class is on cosmology. He will say, but I want practical. No, but if you're in the space of culture of bhakti, you will sit in that class also. I don't know how you can relate to this. Okay, recently one of my very dear friends, Anand Prabhu, I'm taking liberty in quoting his name. I just hope he forgives me if I haven't like this, but it's a very big inspiration for me. What happened? One person was giving Bhagavatam class, and I was shocked. I looked in the audience, right in the front. Every Thursday, Anandam Prabhu comes to temple, and he hears the Bhagavatam class. And I saw Anandam Prabhu, and I was shocked because because I know I've been in this community for 28 years. I know that this devotee was giving class, has had a serious misunderstanding with Anandamahan Prabhu. There was some communication gap, major thing has happened. So I would have expected Anandamahan Prabhu to not attend his class. I was like constantly looking at Anandamahan Prabhu in the class. He is attending his class. So then after the class, I met Prabhuji. I said, Prabhu, I know your whole life story, like you know mine. we have close friends. So I said, I know your struggles, challenges. And to be honest, I'm shocked. Today, by coincidence, that Prabhuji was giving class and you were sitting in the front and hearing like any other day, you come to temple, but I'm shocked you were hearing like normally. I know this devotee has hurt you. In the sense, it's not that the devotee has hurt him, but you know how community grows, communication gaps happen, misunderstandings happen. So I said, but how did you hear his class? And beautiful answer Anandamahan Prabhu said. He said, Prabhu, what can I do? This is Bhagavatam. He's in Parampara. He's sitting on the sacred Vyasasan. And it is my day, it is my weeks, it's once a day, once a week when I come to temple for hearing Bhagavatam. So regardless of who is speaking, I have to show my sincerity to Krishna. It's part of the culture of bhakti. And he's just sitting and hearing the whole class. I was like, wow. He was not concerned, whatever topic, whatever it is. And then I said, but you must be affected in the heart. He said, little bit, but then I prayed to Radharani. I was looking at Radharani and I was saying, Radharani, please help me. Oh, mother, please help me. I want to not carry any grudges. I want to receive the knowledge of Bhagavatam. And he heard the Bhagavatam class and he left. It was a normal day, but there was a struggle inside and he passed that test because he accepted the whole package of bhakti. Not only the package he didn't cherry pick things that he likes in bhakti. So one of the things is, there is a sadhana, there is a practice. Sometimes you may feel sleepy in chanting, but you get up and chant. Like Anandamahan Prabhu attended the class, even though the speaker was not to his liking. So I know one brahmachari who was from a village in Maharashtra, and he was sitting in the Bhagavatam class, and one of Pavaneshwar Prabhu was speaking on cosmology, the 5th canto. And because this brahmachari is my friend, Marathi brahmachari, I nudged him. I said, "Kuch samajh mein aa raha hai kya? Do you understand anything?" He said, "Kuch nahi aa raha samajh." Then why do you sit? If Guru Maharaj ne bola hai aur ye Bhagavatam hai. So now again, you may have a question. Oh, does that mean I torture myself by hear every day Bhagavatam class? Arey, nahi Baba, I'm not saying like that. Don't go to extremes now. I'm just saying, you decide, okay, once a week I'll go to Bhagavatam class in the temple, or once a week or two, or every day I'll read for 10 minutes Bhagavatam, or I will chant every day at this time. You decide what is discipline for you. You decide what is sadhana for you. And diligently do that and accept the culture of bhakti. So what happens when we do that is we attract ourselves to receiving the Sambandha Gyan, which is the ultimate solution for removing avidya, ignorance. And that's when you get taste for chanting. So what you did just now, last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes you did, right? You are hearing the class. You have accepted the culture. You are working on removing avidya. And one day you will be like desperate to get out of the material world. You'll talk Anandamahan Prabhu's language. Prabhuji, I want to get out of this material world. I want to end my business. I don't want to miss the bus. He is talking all this because he's been asking this question since he was a child. So anyway, so now in this mood that, okay, today I heard a class. Again, I will hear after a few days. And over a period of time, I'll get taste for chanting. So in this mood, now that you heard something, that can we chant now for another, it is nearing 5 in my watch. Can we chant till 5:15? Okay, Shivam Prabhu? Yes. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya.